Did Zarco blast out on Marquez for going over the top? Is it true? To answer this simply, Zarco has no doubt about it. So coming to the question of why you need to look at the whole video? Let's find out, so viewers, welcome back to our channel. Let's get in to find out more. Well, he had an unobstructed view of the collision between Marquez and Quartararo. He can attest to the fact that Marc exhibited an extremely excessive mannerism. His account of what happened places the blame for the collision squarely on the shoulders of the Spanish rider. First, the way he drove blocked Fabio's path and ultimately led to the tragedy. Also, failed to recognize the problems that were generated and ended up hitting Nakagami head-on. Johann's performance in the race was unremarkable. He started in the 5th position but wound up in the 8th position overall. To put it more succinctly, we won't get to see his iconic backflip again until at least the next Grand Prix. According to the rider for Pramac, his pace was better than that of others who were in front of him. Nevertheless, much like the other French rider, he has peculiar trajectories that make it difficult for him to gain positions as the race progresses. An 8th place finish is not ideal for me, she said. On the other hand, when contrasted to how things went in Misano, the entire weekend was a success. I wasn't moving fast enough to contend for the podium. Because my trajectory is distinct from that of the others, it is difficult for me to engage in conflict within the group. This has been a problem for me since the beginning. My challenge is to get ahead of others. I was moving at the same rate as Miller, but I had trouble passing Jorge because he was so good at projecting his trajectory, and as a result, we lost touch with others who were in front of us. I had a little bit more to contribute to the outcome of the race, but that's not how it worked out. Is there a problem with the way you ride? I don't want to get into detail. I'm only trying to point out that we're going to have to put in some effort to improve how we feel and how quickly we move. What happened? When the first accident occurred, I was feeling fine. I had good stopping power, but I never wanted to appear overly aggressive. When they reached the 3rd turn, Marc moved to the right to position himself for the left turn. Because the accident was so severe, I had to reduce my speed to prevent colliding with Fabio. I was able to immediately see portions of Fabio's fairing lodged in Marc's bike, and I believe that this is the reason why I lost the rear at 5 and Martin was able to pass me there. I was there when the accident involving Nakagami occurred. He, too, was in danger of being run over by one or more of the riders. Marquez took things a step too far with that one. His approach is one that I admire. I let him know on Thursday that he is one of the fastest. And he is one of the fastest. However, moves like those during the race are probably overdone, especially because it occurred to him after coming into touch with Fabio. It was a wild ride during the first lap. Marc explained that the issue was brought on by a piece of fairing that got in the way of the lowering system and stopped the back wheel, which led him to be pushed up against Nakagami. Is there a connection between this issue and all of these wings and devices? It's a method of finding an excuse for the accident so he doesn't get blamed for it, you say? So he doesn't get blamed for it. There is little doubt that the fairing played a role in the accident. However, I saw him at the turn when he lost the rear, and he continued to insist on riding in the same manner despite the increased risk. According to him, at turn 5, he didn't notice anything out of the ordinary until 7. It's likely that the fact that he was lowering the gadget caused him some trouble. It comes down to his word versus mine. Perhaps since he is more powerful than I am, his words have more weight. That's all for today's video. We will be right back with more. If you find the video informative, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.